part 2 for those YouTubers who are watching this at a later date. We are now in the Terrifying prison, which is where I personally start freaking out. Right, sugar beer. Cheers. Now, for those people who are wondering before I start, if you basically see me pull a face when I've drunk this, I do like it, it's just that I don't like the bitterness of it. So I tend to pull a face. Before anyone's wondering. Right, part 2. Oh dear. Now this is where I start using my tenders a bit more.
Way. What was that? Forgive me, I should have warned you. One of my responsibilities as a Baron is that of a prison warden. This is where criminals are locked up.
Like a
Whoa,
dungeon?
no shit.
Very much so. Come,
Don't
don't
linger.
linger.
Alexander never wants you to linger so much. He's such a controlling prick. If the one and only Johnny Nodoff does watch this video, you're the main reason why I'm actually doing this. And half the stuff that I've actually said, like Book of the Dead, Demon Pot, are actually from his videos. He's the main reason why I sort of got into hardcore gaming in the first place. This being the first ever game that I ever bought on Steam. Stop! Hammer time! Alright, I'm not going to actually go down there, but I know what it's going to do. It's just going to make my sanity drop. And now this is the part that's going to make me nervous. And of course it triggers that door. Yay! Dot dot dot. I mean, luckily the prison enters terrifying is one particular part that I'm not really looking forward to, and that is I can't actually remember what room it is. I know it's the part where Alexander Agrippa is. No, not Alexander Agrippa. Cornelius Agrippa. Choir area. That's the one area that really terrifies the living shit out of me. if something comes up behind me, I'm just going to shit. Right, now, there is something that I have discovered over the last few streams I've actually watched people play this. Don't come back down these stairs, otherwise you'll trigger a puff monster that sort of, yeah. I know what I want to say, it'll basically trigger a monster that is not actually really there. I don't know why I'm lighting these up when I know all of them are going to disappear. Well, they won't disappear unless I don't go in that room.
Where is she?
Where
did she go?
No, I won't tell. I'll never tell you.
You're just making things worse. Look, this is no place for a young girl all by herself. She could be hurt or worse. There's no telling what horrors await down there.
I'm lighting this one for a particular reason. So I want to... Yeah, that was one of the monsters you just saw. And that particular one has a weapon. Which we will meet for the first time after we get out of the prison. And I'm not going in that room either because I know what it triggers.
Hurry, child. You must go. Find Gabriel, the Outrider, and tell him to alert the King's men.
No, you come too.
Please, we don't have time to make the hole any wider. Someone is coming. Hurry! I'll cover the hole with the bed. Everything will be fine. I promise.
There's that face again. I'm just wondering. I like to use this hole as a hiding place, so I just... Split! Those torches have gone out again then. Alright then, that's answered to my question. Right, kitchen or storage? Storage. I'd love to help you, but I don't even know where you are. And nothing's even clickable around here either. Yeah, I think that area is just there to actually fuck with you.
Is he safe? Well, it's for his own good. Soon we'll be ready.
No, don't
Let there be enough time.
2nd of August, 1839. I have arrived at the village of Altstadt. It's a haven in the midst of a vast forest and the last stop before my final destination,
Castle
Brennenburg.
Brandenburg.
It's late in the evening, and the outrider, who has been with the coach since Bremen, advised me to wait until morning before I venture further. I've arranged for a bed at Der Müller, the village's only inn, and am now waiting for the sun to rise. I try to sleep, but as I close my eyes, I see the men who fell victim in London. My fear and shame forces me to witness the same scenes over and over. They are dead because of me.
Yeah, they're dead because of you. And I'm not going in that room because I know white triggers.
He escaped? Where is he now?
I don't think he actually comes down those stairs, in fact. But I am not willing to take that chance. Now we wait once again. Oh, that's so much better. I can relax. Yeah. If anyone's wondering, that is this flavour strawberry. It's by a company called Twister. There's nothing down there either. Now I can go in here and retrieve my oil. I'm slightly nervous because I've never actually gone to the storage first. I've never seen anyone else go to storage first, so I don't know what it's going to trigger. My heart is currently in my mouth at the moment. Right, so it technically cancels out the first monster then, as far as I know.
3rd of August, 1839. I feel like I have fled the world and all its worries. Brennenburg is a majestic creation perched upon a forest-clad hill with towers reaching well above even the highest pine trees. Following the winding road leading to the gates gives the impression of discovering something forgotten, as if journeying with Marco Polo to the hidden Xanadu. Alexander, the Baron, is a peculiar but gracious man. He seems well versed in worldly matters, and is not at all as eccentric as I assumed. My room is exquisite, and I'm confident that no hotel for miles could even hope to match it. As the sun sets on Brennenburg, its fairy tale varnish turns
To an eerie gloom.
Alexander's strange servants are never far away. They are a quiet lot, and their behavior could only be described as skulking. Alexander seems pleased by my presence. As he puts it, it seems like I got here just in time.
Yeah, it cancelled out the first monster. As far as I can figure out. It's breaking down the door. Here goes the door. I mean, I think just about everyone who's ever played with this has always put this pig inside that acid. I like how it actually moves though. I mean, that's the thought that frictional games put into this. Alright then, let's move on. Any more? Right. Is any more down here? And I think that is about it. I can confirm that it cancels out the first monster. Cancels out one of them anyway. Because normally when you go up, just to see what's up there and then back down, for the first time, there'll be a monster. So you hide up there for a bit. Then you go into storage, come back, and then when you come back there'll be another monster. Like it was just then. So the first monster gets cancelled out.
Hey! Anybody! Help! Christ! I don't believe this. Why? I mean, why? What did I do to deserve this? I mean, it can't be. Do I deserve this? It wasn't my fault. Why did he have to go in there? Don't go into burning houses. He should have known better. Fourth of August, 1839. The nightmares woke me in the early morning, and for a moment I forgot where I was. Shortly after, there was a knock on my door. Alexander had heard my screams and asked me to join him in the parlor. As we drank our tea, Alexander began to tell me what he knew. It seems like the orb I found casts a long and dark shadow. It's not only a powerful item, but a dangerous one. Simply by touching it, you invoke the powers within, and if you are too weak to control it, it will devour you. The shadow is a sluggish thing, lagging behind the wielder, killing anyone or anything in its path to reclaim the orb. I said I didn't care about its powers, and that I should throw it away. Alexander advised against this, as I'd still be a part of the path to the orb, and eventually suffer death. Having the orb, I would at least have the chance to fight back when the time came. I asked Alexander what he meant when he said he could protect me, and he answered that things can be done, but at a price.
I thought so. If he had come down here, he would have saw me. There was no getting out of that one because I lit all the blood torches, didn't I? I don't know why I lit that one because I'm leaving this area now.
Is she dead?
Yeah, she's dead. I don't know why I lit that one as well. How come that one just straight up despawned?
So you used the drain sewers as a means of transport?
Yes, they were built to divert water from an underground spring and are quite spacious. It seemed only natural to incorporate it into the overall structure.
But we won't be using it.
Not today. The flow is seasonal, and when the spring runs dry, the damp tunnels produce a rather poisonous type of fungi. There is an antidote, of course, but we won't be bothering with it today. Come, this way instead. We're almost there.
After this, I might actually change games. Okay, why don't you lay me on the ladder? Oh, no. Would help if you click it.
How did we find this?
An old friend back in Algiers gave me a map.
Why isn't he with us? Didn't he want to come?
He wanted to, Daniel, but things don't always turn out the way we planned.
Anything in here of interest? That one that's slightly off. Get it! Is that you? What are you doing?
Daniel, is that you? What are you doing?
Called it. In this room or the other room? Probably the other room. Yeah. Chuck 'em on any old Now, for those people who are actually watching this, there's another thing I've discovered with this game. You can avoid the water monsters if you do this one first. I don't know why, but I think it might be a natural glitch. It doesn't actually trigger the water monsters when you do this one first. If you do the morgue first and then this one last, it triggers the water monsters. I think it's based off your sanity, more or less.
You're conserving water from the spring.
Yes, it enables me to control the water in the drain sewers to some extent. Also, it can be used for all sorts of purposes.
Like for drinking.
Well, that too. But mostly to run different machines.
Ah, like water mills.
Exactly.
And yes, you can hear somebody in there.
August 1839. There is no denying that Alexander puts a lot of faith into what I can only describe as magic. I'm not surprised. Even while traveling across Europe, I assumed I would have to embrace the supernatural to save my mind and life. As a novice, I do everything in my power to stay focused and not dwell too much on my own doubts. Alexander woke me up early and told me it was time we got started on our work. He was obviously excited to get going, and we headed downstairs to the old dungeon, where he preferred to attempt his rituals. It turns out that Alexander is a true Renaissance man, paralleled only by Da Vinci, I'm sure. He showed me several rooms fitted for specific research, such as anatomy studies, alchemy, and botany. The crown of Brennenburg must be the inner sanctum, a most hallowed ground where we shall attempt to permanently banish the orb's shadow.
Now that whimpering now is a bit more louder. That one only just turns off the steam if anyone's slightly worried.
8th of August,
Slightly worried.
1839.
Wondering.
Never be certain until today that I was on the right path. Using my orb, Alexander managed to channel its power unto us. The inner sanctum flared with blue, fiery light, and I could feel the same things I felt in the dark chamber in Algeria. It was like standing in a mad whirlpool of impressions. It was terrifying, but Alexander kept calm and wielded strange tools of science in order to tame the storm. Suddenly, the blue light was stained by strains of red. and the walls burst with pulsating tissue resonating with the scene. Alexander quickly covered the orb in some cloth, and the unspeakable thing vanished. Apparently, the orb's shadow is closer than Alexander thought. He said I should prepare for a warding ritual tomorrow. I'm not sure what he expects, but I have a bad feeling about this.
No, nothing down there. Yeah, you did hear the water monsters, but for some damn reason it just didn't chase afterwards. It's busted.
Multiple
I can't be arsed anymore. I don't know why it's given that achievement for doing the drainage now when I've done it all before. Evening bacon donut 636, whatever you would call it. I don't know anymore. I'm too pissed for this stuff. Well, that was good going. Oh, I need to be down here anyway. I need to take a rock up. Yeah, I'm a bit more stricter with my bot on my channel. I mean, luckily it's only a purge. The only time you'll get timed out is for a banned word. Yay, stop! Throw a poo nugget up there. Yeah, the only reason why it's slightly the same is because I judge it off my bot. I think the character limit or caps limit on Lick's bot is higher, though.
Do you see, Daniel? It has
Yielded.
yielded. What?
The shadow.
It has? For now. Come, let's get this out of here so we can get some peace.
Yes, let's. Where to?
Just down the corridor
To the morgue.
Are there more dead men there?
You did well, Daniel. Come, Let's get going.
What happened? Why are all these dead? Where am I?
What's happening?
Help! Anybody! Help!
Nobody walked by me. I've played this game enough to basically know pretty much everything. Even though that, unless you're on about that cutscene or whatever you want to call it. And yes, you are witnessing a dead corpse with dicks, and more dicks.
Do you hear me?
When I say dicks and more dicks, I mean dicks in there and dicks in there. No one could actually walk behind me. I know that for a fact because my door is shut. Not unless it's a ghost of my grandma that's walking behind me. And I don't mean that as a pun, I mean literally, because my grandma unfortunately died this year. Meanwhile, we're going to drill a hole in a man's head. Then we're going to shove a pipe in it, then a needle, and we're going to take our prick. And this is where I start getting scared shitless because I know what's going to happen. Don't come in here. All I was going to say is about this monster. This monster, basically, High Wolf, has a weapon. And this is a particularly triggered scene. If I had a heartbeat monitor on the stream now, you'd be able to see it going over above 100. Yeah, fuck off, like he wants a hug indeed, yeah. He wants to murder your ass off and rape it. I've watched this game enough times to basically know pretty much everything. But I don't know why I just keep... Apart from this guy who's already had his dick torn off.
Blood.
It's named the morgue for a reason. It's to terrify the living shit out of you. And my sanity is ... That's per. More vodka, please. Oh. I think we've reached the 50% mark of the game now. What was I going to do? I don't know. Why not go the complete opposite way? That's this one. Oh. This way. That's the one. It doesn't exactly help, and I want to pee as well whilst playing there, so in a minute I'm going to go and take a quick, very, very, very quick break. I'm not even going to go to my break screen, in fact. Don't come up here. I wonder if... Yeah, chroma key's perfectly into the background. Alright, I'm going to take a very quick break because I'm busting for the loop. I'm not going to even pause the recording. I'll just quickly edit it out on YouTube. Everything's good for the world again. I mean, luckily there's no water monsters in this hot bit, otherwise it'll make this bit practically unplayable. This is true. Now this is where I start shitting myself. Partially because you do have to have a quick reaction for this. And I mean quick. I want to see what it actually does if I actually drag.
Daniel, turn around this instant. You are carrying the shadow with you.
If I put that out there, I can't drag its legs. And there's only one place to actually hide in this, and that is right here. And yes, it does come into the room, but it doesn't come this far into the room. I'm waiting until that drumming disappears. Because I know it sort of patrols this area. Yeah. So basically doing this, taking this down did absolutely fuck all. Oh god, I've forgotten about this. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. This is kind of like a hide and seek puzzle. That monster is there, and he's guarding the door. And that door is something that I need to actually go through. Is literally going like 10 to the dozen at the moment. I'm not kidding, my heart is literally going 10 to the dozen. I mean, I've played this like dozens of times, but it still invokes like pure fear into me. I don't know why I'm actually waiting here for him as well. It's that drone noise that scares you more than anything. Oh, keep ticking, you bastard, keep ticking. Technically, what you lot are seeing is slightly brighter. It's a lot darker for me. I've done some slight tweaking to where you can pretty much see everything. This way.
Agrippa, I need you to stay awake. Can you feel the syringe?
No, I can't feel anything. Alexander,
Yes.
soon I won't even be able to move, will I?
Your life is safe.
I don't doubt that. But will it be worth living?
Talking of Cornelius Agrippa, this is him.
Thank you. You have my gratitude. My name is Agrippa. Whom are you?
Daniel.
Daniel? Like the prophet thrown into the lion's den? Tell me,
Now I need to go back up and flick the switches.
you what?
Yeah, just keep talking. Keep talking. I can hear you. I can still hear you. That door's blocked. That door doesn't open. This is the door that I need to go through. I can't be asked for the things anymore.
Daniel, you have gone too far. I have to stop you. I can't let you proceed any further. I'm sorry, my friend.
I think there's oil down here somewhere. Is there? Yep. But there is tenders.
Dad, I hate to bother you further.
Yeah. I'll do it. Don't worry. I'll do it.
Was there something else?
I need to go in here first. quite literally to get my meat.
That good to see. Who, me?
Oh yes, we're gonna feed you for once. Transept. Luckily there's no monsters in here, but I can guarantee your sanity is completely boned in this area.
How much more, Baron? How much more am I supposed to withstand? Kill me already! Kill me!
This one, prepare him.
Let's go up here first. I think I've already said this once whilst I'm playing this. Once your sanity drops below a certain level, this picture actually changes. No, I'm not going to actually do the wheel because I know for a fact that it'll just fuck up my sanity. Not that I'm more bothered about my sanity, I can quite easily handle that. It's when I've got monsters near me that I just start freaking out.
Let me go, you brute! The cradle is ready.
Good.
You're a man! How can you partake in this? Is he all right?
He is one of the wicked. Don't pay his lies any attention.
I'm not a bad man! It was an accident!
He set a man on fire.
It wasn't my fault! Why won't anyone listen? That's horrible.
Of course. We are dealing with monsters here.
Yeah, which are completely innocent, unfortunately.
No, please! Do anything! Whatever you want! Anything! I'll do anything! I'm innocent!
I need to... And yes, that's what they used to do in the ancient times. next is the part that I have not been looking forward to.
Good to see you. You seem to have found all the ore pieces used in the transept.
And that is the transept. This is the one area that really freaks me out, and I mean, like, it has stopped me from playing this game a few times, this particular area has. Because the monster in it patrols, he does not despawn. I mean, granted that he's blind, but the slightest noise you make will basically make him come running. But before I actually do that, I am actually going to go on another break, because I need to prepare my heart for this. I really do. We are going to. We're going to stop the recording for YouTube with this.